Grading Big K.R.I.T albums. I want to first say we're doing albums, not the mixtapes. They're going to get their own grades as well. So let's get into it. Now, Live from the Underground, I give this album a B. I was highly disappointed in this album, but I don't blame Big K.R.I.T. I blame Def Jam. They definitely fumbled the bag when it came to this album. Like, they could have put so many heat on here, but they delayed it so much and all that stuff. The album just showed that they did not know what to do with him. Like, they dropped it. Like, they fumbled it. I don't know what else to say about that. K.R.I.T is here, and I give this album a B plus. I think the album was solid. The only criticism I have with this album is the guests on here, the features on this album. I feel like they performed better than Big K.R.I.T, which is something I don't think I would ever say, because Big K.R.I.T gets on your song, he be performing better than you. But they stole the show in majority of the songs. So I give this album a B plus. It's still a solid album. It's definitely reminiscent of his mixtape, but I give it a B plus. Now, Forever is a mighty long time. I give this album a A, and the only reason why I don't give this a A plus is because it's too damn long. But the album is fire. This has some of my favorite Big K.R.I.T songs, like Mixed Messages. Buried Me in Gold is on here. Like, there's so many. Past the Aux Chords on here. So many fire songs by Big K.R.I.T on this album. Like, my only critique is it's too damn long, but like, I love the production on this album. I love everything really about this album. This was the album that he wasn't on Def Jam. Surprise, surprise. When he's not on Def Jam, he seems to be marketed better. The songs seem to be better. Like, that is a big surprise. But I give it an A. And the last album is Catalactica. Now, he was on Def Jam, and I give this an A plus. But my big issue with this is not even about the album, it's how they promoted it. They didn't promote it at all. Like, they didn't promote it at all. This album's gonna go down in a couple of years as a classic album that like people slept on. Like, I've seen Big K.R.I.T perform this album. It sounded great. I listened to this album weekly. I listen to this album all the time. Like, I own this album. I think this project was overlooked. I think it's one of the most underrated hip hop albums of all time. Like, I really think highly of this album. I don't know why I didn't get the credit that it deserved at the time, why it didn't sell like it should have. But I think this is a classic album. It's definitely an A plus in my opinion. Yeah.